Hello, make it yourselfers and carnivores. Today I just wanted to do a little bit of an update video. I know I've been missing in action for quite a while now. I have a few reasons for that and I'd like to explain. And I'd also like to just tell you a little bit about how things are going, if I'm still following the carnivore diet, and just about life in general. 2024 is one of those big milestone years for me. We just celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary, so my mom came with a friend here to celebrate, and we got some of our families together and just had a really good time overall. It was a nice break. It was good to see people again that I hadn't been able to see for a while. And we really enjoyed it. Apart from my 25th wedding anniversary this year, I also turned 50 in a few weeks. So I'll be looking for that. No special plans or anything. Maybe I'll come up with some sort of carnivore cake or something. We'll see. To be honest, I don't crave the cake so much, but it could just be a fun challenge for me. So if I do that, it'll be more for those reasons, not that I really am wanting cake. Although I will do another video about how I made the 25th wedding anniversary cake, and I haven't made a cake in so long, covered with fondant. I bought this really bad fondant, but I did eat some, and I ate some for several days afterwards. And well, long story short is right after I stopped, I ended up with my second urinary tract infection that I've had since starting carnivore. I know what a lot of you are thinking, that's, showing that it's not really helping me much. I will say, though, that there have been times in my life when I was getting urinary tract infections every month. So I've been a lot less cautious because I haven't been having issues with that lately. But I am having issues with oxalate dumping and oxalates, just oxalate problems in general again, and I want to get into that. So one of the things that in my first video, when I first started carnivore, I was just so excited. I was so sure I found what was perfect for me. I just had so much energy. I lost not a lot of weight, but I lost about 8 pounds right from the beginning. I weighed around 146 when I started, and I got down to the upper 130s, about 138, I think it was. And to be honest, that is probably an ideal weight for me. A month into it, I know a lot of you already know this, but I just want to get into some of the details of what happened. I ended up with severe oxalate dumping. I ended up with hives and a very severe rash that was very itchy, and I couldn't get by. I'm not the type of person who takes medication if I can avoid it. And it was just so bad that I just could not get through the days. And I was mostly using creams, but there was one point where I did use an antihistamine for maybe a day or so, just to be able to get some sleep and just to be able to get by. But things cleared up. I started learning about oxalates, and I've told you about my situation with oxalates, and things were going well. But I never did my 1-year update video. And then after that, I think I recorded both a 1-year video and a 1.5-year video. So I've been mostly carnivore for about 1.5 years now. Now I know that the purists are going to be upset about this. I had people in the first video just because on the weekend I might have the occasional glass of wine, and I might have had a few bites of something here or there on the weekend, and then they're like, that's not carnivore. And for me, following a carnivore diet means the same as it would for most carnivorous animals, that you are mostly meat-based. And most carnivores in the wild will eat certain foods every once in a while, depending on their situation and when they're presented with certain situations. And I have been cycling through doing more strict carnivore, less strict, and just trying different things just to see what works best for me. So when I say I have been following a mostly carnivore diet, that means exactly that it has been mostly meat-based. And during the week, except for maybe on the cruise that we went on in last September and the week of my 25th wedding anniversary, during the week I'm actually very strict. But I might have the occasional fruit when I'm trying out fruits, but other than that, it's pretty much all meat, maybe a little bit of cheese, maybe a little bit of cream or butter here and there, depending on what I've been experimenting with at the time. But overall, I would say that things are going well. I still have not lost the weight that I gained once I started oxalate dumping. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to mention, because I know a lot of people have issues when they start the carnivore diet, especially if they're the type of people who were eating a very healthy, in quotes, diet before they started. One of the criticisms about people saying that they feel so great when going on the carnivore diet, a lot of people automatically assume that it's because, they've given up processed foods and that's why they're feeling so great. Whether you go vegan or you go carnivore or you go, GAPS, paleo, whatever, the second you eliminate those processed foods, you're going to feel better. And to a certain point, that is true. But I had given up those foods decades ago. I have always been trying to be health conscious. I've always tried to eat what I thought was healthy at the time. That has evolved over the years. When I was 12, that meant eliminating all fat because we were told that fat was bad. And I became vegetarian for a while, put on a lot of weight as a vegetarian, and I assumed that that was because I was following the non-healthy version of being a vegetarian. I was incorporating a lot of, cheese and that sort of thing, but I was mostly eating what I could at the time. I did it at the residence halls, and I would have, a grilled cheese sandwich or, pasta Alfredo or whatever was being offered that I could eat at the time. So later on, I cut out all of the gluten. I tried to become a lot more paleo. And to me, I felt better for a while, and I was able to lose some weight again. But over the years, I just kept feeling worse. And so for me, when I started the carnivore diet, it was almost a bit of a desperate attempt to just find something that could work. Because I've pretty much tried it all. I've been mostly vegan, I've been vegetarian, I have tried GAPS, I've been mostly paleo for many years now. And the problem is when you try some of these diets like paleo, you end up incorporating, not everybody, because some people will take the more meat-centered version of paleo, but I was so health conscious that I wanted to try to avoid those meats. So I did a mostly nut and seed based, and just, my fats were from things like avocados and coconuts, which aren't that bad. But yes, I incorporated a lot of nuts and seeds, a lot of almond butter, a lot of almond flour, and just so many things that were making my diet be very high in oxalates. And sadly, I was made aware of the fact that oxalates could be a problem, but I thought it was people who just went gung-ho with spinach smoothies. And I actually ate quite a bit of spinach, and I even incorporated it. Luckily, my son got sick of this, but I was incorporating it into his smoothies. I was making smoothies for myself, for him, for everybody with spinach, which I now feel is probably one of the most toxic foods. But yeah, I kept having more and more issues with urinary tract infections. I was just having skin issues that just kept getting worse. And ironically, because this is a diet that is kind of endorsed by the Drop Acid book, which I read, and I think it has a lot of great tidbits, but I think that there are assumptions about the diet to keep your uric acid level down. At least I wouldn't say, I don't know if I should say that they're wrong or that they're off, but in my situation, they did not work. And I really want to go into this in a different video, because I think uric acid and oxalic acid, or oxalates, they go together hand in hand. And I noticed that my uric acid levels were going up and up and up, even though my diet was really healthy. I ate so few red meats, and it was mostly just chicken breast, maybe fish with some fatty fish. I did feel really well on things like anchovies and sardines, but I wasn't eating red meat. I wasn't eating things high in purines. I was not eating a diet. I did not use processed sugars. I didn't even eat a lot of fruit. So my diet was not high in fructose. My diet was not high in purines, and yet my uric acid levels continued to go up. So over a year and a half into Carnivore, I would like to say that overall I'm doing well. One of the reasons that I have stepped away from the camera a bit was because I really wanted to focus on healing. I noticed that I go through these oxalate dumping cycles, and that I can't really focus all of the time, and I don't know how to say it. I can't be dependable. I make plans that tomorrow I'm going to work on this on the blog, and then tomorrow I might be going through an oxalate dumping cycle and just not be up to it. And if this were the sort of job that it was completely necessary and my life depended on it, I would be working. I'm not that sick where I can't be working. But because this is the sort of thing that I started as a hobby, and I enjoy it and I love it, and I don't want to feel obligated or like I hate it. I want to share things with you because I enjoy them, and it's not for the money, it's not for whatever other reason. My goal for this milestone year was to focus on healing. And that started as of the end of last year. Another issue I was having is that my computer was just so slow. It was getting so slow. And I tried clearing it out. I tried updating it. I tried so much. And I just lost all patience trying to edit videos for you. I just couldn't do it. So finally, I ordered a new computer. I just got it. I was planning on getting back into things, and sadly, my new computer has already been sent. Here in Europe, they will send them all to the Czech Republic to be fixed. And just even the last 2 weeks, my computer has been sent off twice. One time the monitor stopped working, and then the next time it just went dead on me. So that has been frustrating. That has been one of the reasons that I haven't been back into things earlier. But it did give me a little bit more time to focus on what I've been doing. I've been fixing up a lot of things around the house. We have a lot of older things, and it doesn't seem like it. You know, my husband and I were living in a small apartment for a while, and it doesn't seem like that long ago that we moved into this house. But looking back now, we did that, I think, or at least we bought it in 2006, I believe. So yeah, it seems like it's been a short while, but now we're coming up on 20 years. So my leather sofa was getting a bit dingy. It had some holes in it from having a young child play on it, and just some other problems. So I decided to take on the job of sanding it down, repainting it. I repainted the bar stools and my husband's chair. He has this armchair that he loves, and I just wanted them all to be the same color. And so I've been taking care of a lot of things around the house, just fixing up little things here and there, refinishing some furniture, like our coffee table, and just a lot of make-it-yourself type stuff. I haven't really been making it myself, but I've been refinishing it myself. So that has been nice. It's been nice to have a little bit of a new focus, just renew things around the house, and just focus on healing. So I just wanted to let you know that I am okay. Things are going well. Yes, I am still mostly on a carnivore diet. I do still experiment. The last couple of days, I was experiencing severe oxalate dumping. So I played with adding a little bit of peanut butter back in, which seemed to help. I want to go into a video more on severe oxalate dumping. I'm feeling a lot better today, so that's good. And my son is in his last week of school, so I will have him around. I don't know if that will make things more fun for work or if it's going to make it harder for me to work. I know he's going to want me to take him snorkeling at least every once in a while, and I'm going to enjoy that. But I wanted to let you know that I'm doing well. I wanted to thank all of you, for those of you who are worried about me and who have been writing me emails. I want to apologize that I am very far behind on comments and emails on the blog, and I will try as soon as possible to get to as many of those as I can. And I have been answering a lot of comments on YouTube videos just because they come up on my notification screen more often, but I've even missed quite a few of those. And I do try to answer as much as I can, but it does get overwhelming at times. I'm behind by hundreds of comments and emails, so we will see how quickly I can get to as many of those as possible. But I do want to thank you for taking an interest, wondering how I'm doing. Overall, I'm doing great. Overall, so many things have improved so much. My toenail fungus is pretty much grown out. I didn't do anything special for that. It's just been the change in diet. And it wasn't sugar because I had mostly eliminated sugar. It definitely seems to be something with the carnivore diet. And my eczema has been much better, but I do occasionally get bouts of it, and I'm dealing with a little bit right now from the last 2 days when I had the severe oxalate dumping. It does seem to show up on my feet as eczema, and that's one of the main things I noticed. That, cloudy urine, and just a few other interesting issues. But I have seen so many improvements, so overall I'm happy. I haven't lost the weight. I would like to lose a few pounds, but again, I have continued to keep my focus on healing and not the weight loss. And I've toned down my exercising. As you know, I was a bit gung-ho, and I was doing a lot of weight training, doing a lot of Caroline Gervin videos, and it would probably be good for me to get back and at least do some of that again. But I just wanted to see what would happen if I would just focus on eating to plan mostly and just taking things easy, just doing normal things around the house, doing a little bit of walking, and just getting out a bit more. And overall, that seems to do well for me. I haven't really gained more weight. I pretty much keep going back and forth around 150. I'm kind of around there. So I do weigh a bit more than I did when I started Carnivore, but I will say also that I don't think about how much I eat or when I eat. I kind of eat when I'm hungry, whereas when I was doing a more paleo focused diet, I was doing a lot of fasting. And just, I was probably eating very few calories because my plate was always packed with vegetables. Overall, I would say I'm happy and I'm excited to get back into the swing of things and see what else 2024 has in store for me. I know it sounds ridiculous that I'm talking about 2024 like it's the new year, but I believe this is the first video I've done all year. So this is kind of a happy new year sort of video for my channel. And I just want to say hi and thank you again. I guess that's all for today. I just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. I plan on posting again soon, I just need to get some catching up done. And that's about it. Things are okay. And until next time.